Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Free Mind Body Skills Group. We are more than glad to be with you tonight as we will share insights on emotional resilience. Our topic for this week is how to turn your pain into purpose. My name is Sharon Romero, and we will be giving you a brief overview of our discussion. To begin with, I would like to share with you a quote from Joseph Campbell. Find a place inside where there's joy, and the joy will burn out the pain. Numerous health crises, unspeakable losses, and heartache, including sudden death, and suicides of loved ones, are some of the difficult experiences one has to face. But on the other hand, some of the most precious things in life are born from struggle. Seeds and roots pushing through the earth's crust, blossoms bursting open, caterpillars becoming butterflies, chickens hatching, babies being born, and the world around us is teeming with incredible miracles every day. With this, thinking about the pain also that we have gone through, how do you move forward when the memory is too painful to leave behind? This is our topic for today, turning your pain into purpose. Turning your pain into purpose with the trauma and painful events, wounds are said to remind us of our strength and how we respond. Just because something happened, it doesn't mean it always be that way. However, as difficult as those times were, they also serve really as a great purpose. It helps us in shaping us into more compassionate and empathic person. When we are able to turn that pain that we feel inside into purpose, we start to melt away anger and resentment and replace it with joy and a renewed love of life. And the wounds of the past also are set to remind us of our strength. Actually, these wounds are meant to break us wide open so that we can use our story of survival to light the way and guide others through their inner darkness. Also, these are also stepping stones to realizing really our purpose. But it really requires the courage. We really need to embrace what happened to us and like having it to become a fuel to change the world. And then usually how we respond to a certain situation, we are as counselors here, we are like putting it in a positive perspective because that's way life should be for us to go on. So it usually takes a life-changing event or diagnosis to shake up our status quo and really search for that deep meaning in our lives. I think we have enough more time. I'll just read this one about Abraham Lincoln, quoted about grief. He said, in this world of ours, sorrow comes to all, and it really becomes a bitter agony. Perfect relief is not possible except with the passing of time. You cannot realize that you will ever feel better. Is this not so? And yet, it is a mistake. You cannot realize that you will really feel better. Is this not so? And yet, it's a mistake. You are sure to be happy again. To know this, which is certainly true, will make you some miserable now. But he said that I have had enough experience to know what I say. Amidst all the challenges that we have encountered, you just need only to believe it to feel better at once. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. I think I freeze, but I'm back in track again.
All right.
Yeah, so with this, can you think of a time that you have experienced trauma, if you, or any painful events in your life? If so, how did you respond on that situation? Anyone can share. It might be your own experience, or like your friend, or you have experience from other people that you were there with them. Yeah, anyone can share.
Maybe
I could
some
think
gentlemen would like to go first to share.
some who?
Gentlemen,
Oh, gentlemen's. Okay.
not
Uh,
lady go first all the time. Gentlemen can go first.
all right, I'll go. So when I was younger, I had a really good friend that I had grown up with, and as we got older, we kind of drifted apart. But he ended up falling victim to gun violence, and I ended up losing him. We knew each other since we were young, up until our early 20s. And at that point, when I lost him, because he was like a really close friend, we were like tight. He um, he passed away. I was really distraught, anxious, angry, but there was something that was said to me during that service when he had his funeral, and it was something that the I guess you would say the pastor had said. And he said something along the lines of, just because someone passes away, it doesn't mean that they're gone. You just keep the traits that you liked about that person and use them as your own. When I heard that, it kind of gave me a different shift. It didn't change the fact that he was gone. It didn't make me feel any different. But when I think about him, that's the thought process that I have to kind of counteract that really bad, like, I guess, unwanted feeling of sadness and anxiety that comes along with it.
A feeling of grief and sadness. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks for sharing.
Anyone else would like to share some what they think or their thoughts about
For
it?
me to turn my focus to have a better emotional resilience for myself as well. So I was able to communicate with my kids in a more peaceful way, to love them in a way that they wanted to be loved, not the way I want to control them or love them. Sorry.
Yeah, I really feel you when you said that about thinking about your child, about not yourself. Yeah, because it's about their happiness. It's not about us. Yeah, thanks, Angela. Then anyone else who would like to share?
I would.
Oh, okay. Go, Angie.
So if I could turn back the hands of time, I would just want to see my dad one more time. That's my adopted dad. But unfortunately, I can't. I haven't seen him for a while. I was here in Canada and he was there. He got sick and he died. I got the news my dad died. So I went into some kind of stage that wasn't really, like a shock mode or something like that. But, I survived it. I went down, I gave him a burial. But, that feelings that you have, I mean, I couldn't get to tell him that I love him again. And whatever it was, I didn't really blame myself. I just blame that I didn't get to do it. Because I went there trying to find where he is, because he moved from where I was, from where I knew he was, and I didn't know where he is. So where he went to, we didn't know. So it's like we couldn't get contact. But, it's that feeling of sadness. And if I could turn it back, I would really work on that. But that's how it is right now.
Yeah, thanks, Angie. Yeah, as they were always saying, when especially when a loved one has died that is dear to us, even though we did everything, but there's always this feeling of guilt, I think. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Anyone else who would like to share any experiences about painful events? Oh, yes,
Um,
Sofika.
it's just recent too since I lost my father as well, and it's kind of similar to Angela, but the only thing, oh, Angie, sorry, the same. The only thing I could do was to take it easy, take it one step at a time, and really compose myself. Because what is it gonna do if I like really stress out about it and not really have proper coping mechanisms for myself? So I just, even though it's painful, you just have to take it one step at a time and deal with it based on how you feel each day. So that's it for me.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Yeah, sometimes there's really a need to really to embrace our emotions until we feel better.
But
Thank
with
you, Sofika.
I
Yeah,
was just I was wondering, with that being said, is that just the process, like the grieving process for everybody is different in that sense then?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, that's okay.
psychologically, there are a lot of similarities and there are specific processes that co-align, but everybody's going to have a different experience.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
yeah. Thanks. It's really how you handle the situation. It's about looking at the positive things. I know it's not easy uh, about the grieving process, but we just have to like think think always of the brighter side of things, that we are still here, we were able to cope up, and we are still alive. So what are, oh sorry, this would be the, I put the 6 ways. Oh, it should be the 5 ways to turn your pain into purpose during difficult times. First, you have to look for the silver lining in the situation. You have to like try asking yourself, is it possible you've been looking at that painful memory the wrong way? What if the worst thing you ever went through was a blessing that were meant to understand until much later? If it's a painful memory you can't forget, find a way to help others going through the same thing. And actually, it will help you heal too. And also about your feelings, try to put out on paper. Take some time to reflect on the painful event. Oh, you can have it a notebook or journal. Write down as many memories as you can recall from that time. Write whatever comes to mind. Okay, you have to let the contents of your mind, you have to let your mind, not only your mind, but mind and heart connect and fill the pages without judgment or fear. Actually, getting your thoughts on paper helps you make sense of how you are feeling. Learn how to observe how you are feeling, because emotions really matters as well. About a particular event without judgment, guilt, or shame, as it is one of the first step towards healing. Also about forgiveness, to forgive someone doesn't really mean that you're letting the person off the hook or saying that what they did to you is actually okay. No, it's not. But it means letting go of the anger inside of you. It helps to think of your heart like a closet that you can only hold so much. If that closet is filled with bitterness, there won't be any room for good things like love and healthy relationships. When you forgive, you empty the closet of negativity and make room for the love of others to fill that space. You have to gain perspective as well. One way to gain perspective is we need to practice gratitude, especially during difficult times. As hard as it can be, try to make a habit of listing at least 5 things on which you are grateful for each day. Try to be as specific as possible. I think starting with gratitude is simply yet very effective way about all mindset. If you have to look on the things that we are grateful for, then we have a different perspective of life as well. Give and get support. There may be someone already in your life who's losing prayer for help. Yeah, we never know that. It may be on your family, even like just what I told myself, because I have experienced here in our building. That was my first time on the 14th floor. Really, a young man in his senior years jumped from his room, and then even myself, I was not close to that person. I had this feeling like, is he the person who is sitting there, or I had met with on the elevator? Sometimes, really, especially we are on the counseling side, I told myself maybe sometimes you just even have to say hi to the people we met and smile at them. Maybe that can change a whole lot on their perspective, because they're thinking that, oh, there's really someone who care about me. So we never know that person who needs your experience to help get through something that's tearing them apart could be right there in front of you, and you just never noticed. You may be the answer to someone else's prayer. As well, connecting with others in our local community church, or like what we did right now, the online support groups, can help you transform your pain into purpose by getting you to focus outside yourself. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.